But first of all, how your fans are going to want to know, just off the rip, just how are you doing and how have you been lately?
I'm doing great. I'm happy. I'm fine. Everything is wonderful.
That's awesome. And tell us about why you're in Metro Detroit today. You're here for Comic-Con, and tell us how fabulous is it to be a part of something like Comic-Con?
Comic-Con, well, it's fun because we get to see people who love us, and that's nice, and they get to talk to us about our show and the things that they love that we have done, and nothing better than that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are some of the questions that people ask you the most? What do they want to know the most?
I think if they have favorite episodes of WKRP, they ask us about the episode, if there was something special that happened at that time, and because they want a little inside, you know, something inside that nobody else knows.
Right. What, is there anything that you can tell us that, like, a lot of people like maybe didn't realize about the show that you think they'd be surprised to find out, or what?
I don't know. We've talked about it so much that we were such a family,
Yeah.
and that we're just as close off screen as on, and it was the beginning pretty much for everybody. So whatever happened to us, we were all holding hands backstage, and Tim Reed said, you know, it's never going to be like this ever again because our lives are going to change. And that was the beginning of the pilot, and he was so right.
Wow. And talk about your fans. I mean, I have to imagine the two of you have some of the most devoted fans that anybody could ever hope to have. How do they respond to you when they bump into you, whether it be, you know, at events like Comic-Con or just across the street? Because you seriously have not aged one bit.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. But I have a lot of female fans because I think my character at the time went against the type of the time. Now, kids today are pretty used to seeing somebody glamorous and smart, but really in the 70s that wasn't happening too much. And so it was really something for young girls and young women to identify with. And I think that's what I see most of the time is the fans, the women fans.
How do you, and those women fans are going to want to know, and they'd probably email me 1,000 emails if I didn't ask, how do you stay looking so fabulous?
I think happiness. I think you have to be happy with who you turned out to be. I really think that if you carry resentments and regrets, it makes you old and ugly. And I think that if you're happy with who you are, you stay.
Absolutely.
And keep smiling. I had a lovely, my grandma told me that, keep smiling, it's like an instant facelift.
Oh, I love it, I love it. What about, like, do you have a fitness regimen that you do?
Oh, I do, and it does get harder every year. And I do have to watch what I eat, and when we did KRP, I could eat. I had a bowl of malted milk balls on my desk, and I ate those all day long. I don't do that anymore. I don't eat 2 glazed donuts for breakfast, and I work out and try and eat right, and just do everything in moderation.
And what's the craziest thing a fan has ever done or said to you, or mailed to you, or asked of you, or anything like that?
Oh, there are so many.
Right. But like just one that just pops into your head. Any particular one?
No, because I really have had a lot of funny things mailed to me. Early on, some very embarrassing things were mailed to me.
I'd like to apologize.
Yeah.
For that.
Was that you?
I don't know.
Say you're sorry. And what's it like? What was it like working with Howard so many years?
I love Howard. Howard is so much fun, and he's so different from Dr. Johnny Fever. Just as clever, I might add, but he's a very fashionable, stylish, erudite guy. Very cool, but in a whole different way from Dr. Johnny Fever.
I didn't pay for this.
He's just so with it. And so he was so much fun to work with because, of course, he's incredibly talented and amazingly funny. So my favorite, I think my very favorite openings of all time, or cold openings of the show, were just the two of us. We're together, usually in the booth, or in the lobby.
In the lobby,
Yeah.
in your office.
Mm-hmm. In my office, the lobby, yeah.
Anything that you want to add? Talk about, fans can come out here to see you, and you're going to be appearing today and tomorrow?
Today and tomorrow and Sunday. And so come out and say hi and tell us what you liked, and we'd love to hear from you.
And what about like young fans that like are younger than my generation that watch you? What because I have to imagine that with syndication there have to be like new fans every day.
We love to see the new fans. I mean, because we're in reruns forever and ever and ever, we do get new fans all the time that think the show is new. And so we'd love to see them, and you can always tell, it kind of generationally,
Yeah.
what they saw us in,
Right.
and what they, because we've done a lot more since WKRP too, so we do have fans that come out that remember us from other things.
If they're using walkers or canes, they're probably part of the original
Or-
audience.
Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so